Are you in for an 85 equivalent on the Fuji? Right now we are here on the Viltrox 56mm f1.4 lens. Pretty cheap lens actually. But will it be any good? Let's test it out today. 85mm is a classic portrait focal length, I believe, at least on full frame. 85 on the APS-C sensor of the Fuji X-T3 would be way over 120mm. So this 56mm from Viltrox should be an equivalent to the classic portrait focal length of 85. And it is, of course, as you know already. We will see today if the autofocus is actually any good. Might be the case. I will try out how far the Fuji will track me. Now we are about 10 meters away from the camera, and I should be in the center of the frame. If this lens gets me, and if this lens has good autofocus, which I believe it does, it should be a pretty practical lens to use for your all-day adventures. Like this right now, you can set up your camera at a my gear gets snitched, pissed or puked on distance and still be confident that you are in focus. This lens should work pretty well on the Fuji. We have seen the Viltrox 85 on the Sony, and this is disastrous. And the Viltrox 85 adapted to the Nikon ZF was, well, 50-50. It was good, then it was bad. It didn't work at all. So it is either good or it doesn't work at all. This is what the Viltrox 56 looks like in a distance of about 6 meters maybe. I'll get a little closer now. Still got me. Well, it still got me. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, if the Fuji gets you, it gets you. Even though I'm wearing sunglasses right now. So it should be a good image. There is almost zero possibility of 3D pop with this lens. There's a way more expensive version, or way more expensive equivalent, the Fuji XF 56 1.2R it is. I believe this lens has 10 elements in 9 groups. So this is, it's not nothing, because there are some lenses that got 6 elements in 5 groups and they have a good image, but just 6 elements, and this is 10. The Fuji equivalent has, I believe, 11 in 8. So this will give us at least a possibility, but it has a lot of ED glass in it. This lens has ED glass in it too. So I thought, well, if both have actually almost the same amount of glass in them and ED glass in them, so it doesn't matter, this one or the way more expensive one from Fuji. This is what we want to find out. Is this lens any good? Well, let's give this lens another scene. So right now this is even farther off, and maybe we got a large tractor behind us. Chances are that you cannot see it. Well, this is a possible good situation for some separation in 1.4, and of course for, if there is even the chance, some 3D pop, but there isn't. I will now come a little closer to the lens to see if the autofocus will track me. I tried to stay in the middle of it. Well, yes, it did pretty good. I'm a little too much backlit, but so far I'm pretty confident that this lens works good for video. I took some test pictures with it and, well, as you expected, it was not that alive. It was more sterile and more clinical than I wanted to be. Sometimes, when you get older, it's not a good idea to have a clinical image. It is never. For portraiture, it's never a good idea. Even for, well, maybe for some catalogs or some high-class magazines, there you need some really sharp images, pin-sharp images, but it looks better if it's not that sharp, right? So let's check out another scene, shall we? Right now this is really far away, and it's a potential situation where you can see the beauty of this rendering, the beauty of this lens and the 3D pop that is all around. Well, I guess there is none, zero, nothing. And rightfully so. This lens The purpose of this lens is not to give us 3D pop. I bought this lens not for the 3D pop effect. I bought this lens to have a convenient 56 or 85 equivalent on full frame for my Fuji, where I can rely on when shooting video from a decent distance. I cannot even see myself in my field monitor. I'm wondering if there is the possibility of zooming into the image on the field monitor. But maybe I do not need the field monitor even, because I can rest assured that this lens will catch on to me and will follow me. So maybe I do not have to check even if I'm in focus or not, which would be impossible, as I said before. So this lens is practical, this lens is usable, it's convenient, I would say. It has no good rendition, it has no good effect. Sometimes I thought I saw a little, but it's not. Well, it's more easy with the longer focal length than with a shorter focal length, but still, this lens should be as good as the Viltrox 85, but it's not there to give us 3D pop. It is there to be reliable. It is there to be a convenient lens that you can use for portraiture, that should work really fast autofocus. You can just trust it. It looks alright, I think. It looks good. You can trust it. And this is why I bought this lens for very cheap and under $200. So this is more than I could have expected from a lens of that price point. So what do you think about the looks of this lens? What do you think about the performance? Maybe you own this one. If you do not need 3D pop, if you do not need a true-to-life image, which this one will definitely not provide you with, no chance. But if you do not need it, if you need a convenient lens, a lens that you can trust, then so far, I think this one is pretty reliable. Thank you for watching. One love, and see you in the next one.